Hey folks, Chris Hockley here, proud Lund Pro staffer with reason number 7 on why I choose Lund. You know, this really could have been the #1 video because Lund is legendary for its boat construction. It's the reason why the resale value is so high and why you see so many lodges choose Lund over any other boat. It also works great in the favor of anglers because you buy the boat and it'll last you a lifetime. There's a lot of great features built into this boat and I'd love to walk you through it. This particular one is the 1875 Pro V Bass, and I've referenced a few times running big water with this. It's an 18-foot 9-inch boat with a 96-inch beam, so it gives you that width. And then the freeboard height is what gives you the ability to run the bigger water without crashing waves over the side and stuffing waves. That IPS2 hull, again, I've talked about that a number of times. What they actually do is they'll double plate the front of the boat, and then they have the lighter freeboard on the side, and then the integrated power strakes, or the IPS2 hull, allows for better performance. They also take safety into consideration, and this is a real key factor because they fill these full of foam for not only sound dampening, but also safety. You can't sink a Lund boat. What's interesting though, and what most people don't know, is regulations say that you have to fill a boat up to 20 feet in what they call basic fill, and that's so that the boat won't sink. What Lund does all the way through to 20 feet and above, every model of their boats, they do what they call level flotation. And that means you could punch multiple holes in this hull and it will not sink and it will not sit on end. It'll float level, which is a great feature if you're in any situation where you're ever in trouble. Cold water can be deadly, and this boat will keep you up and safe until you're able to get to safety. But they also are built for performance. This 1875 Pro V Bass has some incredible features in the back that I'd love to show you as well. So here we are at the back of the boat. Now, I've talked about this many times throughout the videos that I've done, but this is the IPS2 hull that I've referenced so many times. So I'm excited to be able to run you through some of the features and why we get the performance that we do out of the Pro V Bass that I'm running this year. You know, I talked about the longitudinal strakes, and that was the construction that they have I-beams that go all the way through the length of the boat. And you know, I tell people it's like a pop can. Eventually, as you're twisting it and turning it, it comes apart. That I-beam construction completely stops that. It makes the boat so rigid that even in rough water, there is no bend in movement. That's why the hulls last so long. That construction packed with that safety foam in between, nothing's moving. It's sound dampening, but it also gives you no movement in the hull, thus no flex. And that's what, again, is the reason why these hulls last so long. The reverse chine really comes in because what happens is it does a couple things. When you're sitting and you're fishing, the water level's up about here. So it takes the maximum effect of that beam, that 96-inch beam that this boat has, to give you the stability that you want when, you know, rough water or any type of water when you're fishing. Then when you're running, the boat lifts up, gets up on plane, and you end up with a water level that's closer to here. This actually comes out of the water, so the only thing you have is this much smaller portion in the back of the boat that's touching water. It gives you less drag, better performance. The reverse chine, of course, comes back in. When you go to turn, this sticks into the water and allows you to turn without any skipping, without anything. Back here, of course, is your flat portion of the boat, and it's what they call the pad. And that pad is actually taken from racing boat constructions. That flat pad gives you the stability so you're not rocking back and forth when you're driving, but it also takes the maximum amount of effect, again, of getting as much boat out of the water when you're running on plane, so that, again, less drag, better performance, better fuel economy, all of it. So there's a lot of different features here, and with that I-beam construction, you know that it's going to last a lifetime. So for more information on this particular boat, I'd urge you to go to lundboats.com. While you're there, check out the video. There's one where they've actually punched about 60 holes into this boat, and you can see the guys just casually talking, not even getting wet. It's worth checking out. For more information on this particular boat, pricing, and any of the other boats in the Lund lineup, be sure to check out DT Power Sports. You'd be glad that you did.